consultant. I've been advising executives in strategy, operations, and execution for about 40 years. Co-founder John Yetman's the visionary. He served growth and wealth needs of business owners for about 30 years. And Tien Wong, some of you might have heard of, is our connector. He's been with AEG from the beginning as both an evangelist and advisor. So also committed to our success are 12 CEOs of successful companies in biotech, defense, investment, and technology. We just project our rollout. We estimate about revenue about $33 million with 10 millions of net income by 2025. And with 80% recurring revenue, 30% margins, an opportunity to add more chapters, inner circles, and services in most of these cities. We're seeking $1 million to accelerate expansion, hire marketing and member services staff, and build marketing infrastructure. These two synergistic trust communities are going to connect and grow mid-market companies and their owners. So who doesn't want more trust? Please reach out to me to find more.
Great, thank you very much, Mark. I now have the privilege of introducing @Work. @Work's platform OneLink is a next generation ERP system designed and developed from the ground up as a multi-tenant SaaS for SMBs. It provides comprehensive workforce management, project management, cost accounting, and financial management functions at an affordable price to growing SMBs. Please welcome Ron Lewis, CEO of @Work.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ron Lewis, and the company is @Work Systems. Our product is OneLink. It's a SaaS platform for government contractors that simplifies compliance and operation requirements to drive business growth. Imagine 3 small businesses, each working with the government. A new startup that's providing engineering services, a commercial firm doing speech recognition, research and development, and they have an SBIR contract, and then a small IT firm who's won their first prime contract. What do all of these companies have in common? They're all working with the government, so they all must meet compliance requirements, such as DCAA accounting standards, emerging CMMC security requirements, as well as they must have ISO certification. They need solutions that are scalable and affordable to support these functions. OneLink is our platform that really addresses these requirements. It lets the business owner really focus on growing their business. It automates the workforce, the project and financial management processes, and combines them under one integrated system. It simplifies indirect rates, which is often a challenge for small businesses doing work with the government. Our flexible subscription model allows SMBs to pay for what they need when they need it. They have a complete suite of applications, but they only pay for what they're using. Let's talk a little bit about the market. The market is over 31 million SMBs alone. When you look at the enterprise solution market, it's about 110 billion. Now, what we're going to focus on are those SMBs that are less than 1,000 people who are doing work with the government and who also may have received an SBIR award. That represents an addressable market for us of 4.6 billion. If we look at the competitive landscape, OneLink really fills a significant gap in the market between products such as QuickBooks and legacy solutions such as ERP systems. The legacy systems provide the accounting functions, but they really lack the workforce and the project and easy to use project accounting features that are needed by small businesses doing work with the government. So what we've done is under one integrated system, we provide those missing features. We have 20+ apps built on a modern mobile platform. We took a mobile first strategy so that you can run your whole business through a smartphone. It contains the workflow, collaboration, and document management and security capabilities and tools for a distributed workforce. We also combine very powerful analytics to allow the business to make data-driven decisions. And we have a very effective way to onboard companies. So we're not talking about months to onboard companies. We've shortened that to weeks. And then finally, our affordable pricing model makes it really effective and cost-effective to allow companies to get on our platform. Our product development is complete. We have the SaaS platform deployed in the market. We're ready for a broad rollout. We will generate revenue really from three sources: professional services, the recurring licensing and subscription fees, as well as data services. Our growth will provide really a steady, our customers' growth will provide a steady source of income for us. We expect to be profitable by 2023, and we'll generate $100 million in revenue by 2025. My team is uniquely equipped to scale the business very quickly. We have deep functional knowledge and business experience in the GovCon market, and we've worked together for over a decade. Collectively, the team has been involved in 4 exits and that total about $365 million. We are seeking a $2 million convertible note that will be used to scale for sales and marketing. It'll be used for onboarding new customers and building out a support team. Thank you for your time.
Great, thank you very much, Ron. I would like to now introduce Bubble. Bubble is a location-enabled platform that provides real-time information about local venues and businesses. And it is the first live review platform that bridges the gap between local businesses and customers. Bubble offers users a tool to have real-time content about venue and streamline communication between customers and local businesses. Please welcome Chuck Ezekwem, founder of Bubble.
Hi, this is Chuck Ezekwem. This is my company, Bubble. Real locations, real people, real time. So a little backstory here. Bubble actually came to be because when I was in college, me and my friends never trusted reviews. Reviews were always outdated, fake, never gave the relevant information. We actually had our own word of mouth system in New York City. So Bubble in a nutshell is a location-based platform that provides real-time information about local businesses, and it bridges the gap between customers and businesses. So here's the problem. The online review market space is primed to be disrupted for a number of reasons. One, it still runs on historical information, which run the risk of reviews being inaccurate or outdated. Yelp, unfortunately, has morphed into this advertising bully where they pressurize small businesses to advertise with them. They use words like, we can manage your reviews online, and 20% of Yelp reviews are fake. In addition to this, what makes this worse is that the historical nature of reviews make it harder for local businesses to actually improve their ratings online over time. COVID-19, unfortunately, has put a lot of local businesses in a bad position. There's no tool for them to operate effectively and drive local traffic to their venues. And just overall, there isn't a platform that provides updates about locations, despite advances in GPS technology. So what is the solution? The solution is Bubble, and Bubble is a location-based platform that provides real-time information about various venues by facilitating the customer-business relationship. There's 2 key words here. The real-time, that's how you want to keep things as, and engagement. So business-to-customer engagement, customer-to-customer engagement. Now, the location-based market space is growing quite fast at about 27%. By 2026, it's set to hit 157 billion. One key thing here is that the US location-based ad spend, which is currently at about 31 billion, accounts for 45% of US mobile ad spend, which is huge because US mobile ad spend accounts for the majority of digital ad spend in the US. So this is a fast-growing sector. Geolocation ads are the most effective ads, and it's a tool of the future to drive physical to drive traffic to physical stores, which have been ravaged by e-commerce. Now, in terms of our competition, Swarm and Yelp are more of our direct competitors, but TripAdvisor is our more of an indirect. But as you can see, Bubble is a lot more interactive, real time, and it fosters the business customer relationship. Now, the question is, how does this work exactly? Well, it's quite simple. There's two main accounts. The end user account is phone verified, and then you're able to view local businesses on the map. Each location has a bubble wall, and in the middle, you can see right there. And if you check in, if you're close enough, you can check in, engage with the business and customers there. After a certain period of time, you're prompted to rate the place. That's optional. And then the business user account, all they have to do is just claim their location. Once they do, then they're able to engage on the bubble wall publicly and also privately with customers, make announcements in real time, and track location activity using the stats tab. Now, today we've launched our MVP. We're available on the Apple App Store. We have businesses signing up and customers too. Now, in terms of a financial projection, so we have a 4-year plan. By 2024, we have a projected revenue of 100 million. This is what our key competitors are making in this space, and we believe we'll be a dominant player in this space too. In terms of our business model, we have 3 main streams. So geofence advertising, which is location-based advertising, premium business accounts is a upgraded version of the business accounts, and data analytics. So this is key for this space. In terms, this is the founding team and advisory team. We are fully equipped to scale up this company to where it needs to be with our extensive experience. So what we're looking to raise right now is about 770,000. This is a convertible note. Majority will be going to product development and the rest sales and marketing. To date, we've put about 72,000 in this product. And so now we're reaching a point where we want to deploy it to a higher level. So with that being said, thank you so much for your time, and I hope to hear from you.
Thank you very much.
Great, thank you so much. Oh, sorry, Anthony. I just wanted to thank you, Chuck, and I'm going to launch an investor poll. So for those of you investors only, please, who are interested in getting more information on Association for Enterprise Growth, which is the top networking and CEO group in region. They have a very successful footprint already, and they're going to be expanding very scalable model. With Outwork Systems, which is definitely a high demand product. As I mentioned earlier in the chat, one of our companies, GovCon companies, is paying a lot of money to an unnamed large software company, and the small GovCon market is in dire need of someone like Outwork, and obviously Bubble, terrific company and concept. So I'll leave the poll open for a few more seconds as I see votes coming in. Yeah, if you guys are interested in taking a meeting, we'll make sure that our presenting companies have your contact info so that you can set up meetings. I still see results coming in, so I'll leave it open. Last call for AEG, Outwork Systems, or Bubble. I still see some results coming in. Thank you, guys. Anyone else going once, twice, 3 times? Okay. Thank you guys for your participation. I'll turn it back over to Anthony.
Great. Thanks, Tien. I now have the privilege of introducing Contact World. Contact World offers a digital contact tracing platform for epidemic and pandemic response, both for all contagions. It is focused primarily on health agencies and connecting B2B and B2I, and local populations to them securely. Contact World is using urgency of COVID-19 and billions in federal stimulus to place powerful tools in the hands of public health in perpetuity, while adding produced media to enhance adoption. Please welcome Justin Beck, CEO of Contact World.
Thanks for your time everybody. So Contact World is a privacy preserving digital contact tracing platform. The problem with contact tracing today, and especially for COVID-19, is that it's not working. You have people agencies spending literally hundreds of millions of dollars on something that isn't fast enough. It's extremely invasive, and our socioeconomic times right now is combined with trust and technology barriers make contact tracing a significant problem, especially for something that transmits asymptomatically. And then the digital solutions that exist today are unfortunately inaccessible by the most marginalized populations and the people that are dying from COVID-19 in specific. So we believe that in order for it to contact tracing to work, it has to be accessible by everyone, particularly the people with the highest risk of infection. What Contact World does is it performs the 6 key functions as defined by the CDC. It does case ID, case investigation, basically helps health agencies find and manage cases of disease. Our proof of concept is demonstrated here through our alignments with public health. And when I say that, I mean, we've already signed a deal to enter 50 states. We do expect to work with as many as, we have access to 3,000 counties and cities through NACCHO. And then we have pending transactions that could give us access to as many as 150 countries through CDC Foundation and the Task Force for Global Health, leveraging at least 25 billion in federal stimulus funds to actually pay for our contracts. Interestingly, we were cited by as one of only 2 companies in the world to meet all of the initial criteria defined by CDC for contact tracing. This was not an accident. It's because we've been working with public health icons since inception. And we also believe that multinationals cannot credibly address this market because they can't credibly overcome the privacy concerns. So our MVP is ready. We're launching it here in Q4. It's built on the PathCheck Foundation from MIT solution, but we're adding to it several functions that make it easier for health agencies to reach marginalized populations. And as mentioned before, we have a way to not only engage with health agencies through our business model, but connect their businesses and institutions. So we believe that once we activate with a health agency, we have a very rapidly scaling business model. In only 6 months, we've filed 2 provisional patents with 2 pending. We've raised our seed capital. We've commenced a go public transaction. We've engaged one of the leading middle market M&A firms in the United States to conduct an aggressive M&A strategy. We've confirmed our market fit. And again, we've created our MVP, which is launching commercially this quarter. And we've definitely aligned with public health. So some of our co-founders include leading minds in public health. My co-founder, Robin Coleman, is the global health editor at Johns Hopkins University Press. Another co-founder, Daniel Dawes, is a national health equity leader, author of 150 Years of Obamacare, and the executive director of Satcher Health Leadership Institute. Our team has collectively engaged in over 500 plus M&A transactions. We've led companies with up to 1 billion plus annual P&L with multiple exits, and we've managed or led companies at every stage. And public health icons that were involved in influencing our system include public health mentor to Bill Gates, Dr. Bill Foege, former CDC director, as well as people involved in pandemic response for the last 3 decades. We also have, we'll touch on this again, but an iHeartRadio deal that's going to produce national media for us to help encourage adoption of our system. We're seeking up to $3 million here in the very short term through a 506c offering. And again, we're already in a going public transaction, and we're targeting a NASDAQ listing next year. A lot of people would say that's very fast to do these things. However, the market's moving so fast that this is our access to capital and opportunity to scale the company. Really appreciate everybody's time and look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you very much, Justin. I would now like to introduce Cravity. Cravity is a rapid space product called Path, employee retention and candidate intelligence of Cravity.
Thanks so much, and great to be with you. So my name is Ed Bodenseek, with CEO and founder of Cravity. You know, customer experience is now table stakes. You're expected to deliver a joyful, personalized experience. This is what customers want. What we do is we apply employees and really in human capital. And here's why. Among hourly workers, as one example, the cost to replace them is astronomical. It's $4,000 plus if they leave in the first year, and that does not include their compensation. And some companies, as we know, have very high turnover rates. So what we're able to do is look at the market as a whole and say, well, there's no really surprise that HR technology is exploding when you combine AI and machine learning and integrating that with HR software to solve these very painful and costly problems. What we've done is we've developed an intelligent overlay. Instead of knocking out these giant HRIS systems and applicant tracking systems, we integrate with them to create a customer-like experience. We give employees a sense of control and give them transparency over their work lives, like we all have come to expect as customers. The markets responded right away. We started developing this in March of this year. VMware realized we could open up a whole new market for them. We are working on integrating with their endpoint mobile device management solutions, Workspace ONE. Dell put us in front of its largest customers. That resulted in our first deal. We're about to close at, it's a $14 million deal. Our portion of it is $2.7 million. That closes in 2 months. Quickly, the secret sauce, very simple. Candidate new hires, they start to apply for a position as they go through that process. Many of them right now are ghosting the process. They'll come on board if they're hired, and they'll quit in the first 90 days or year. We take all of that and orchestrate through APIs. We integrate with all those various systems, and our SaaS-based solution will really prevent disengagement of candidates and workers. And that results in more candidates completing the application, companies spending so much money to get them in the funnel, and of course, fewer workers actually quitting. Each deal for the product, which is called Pathways EX, includes a setup fee for configuration and a monthly subscription fee. We certainly all love recurring revenue. On the financials, this first deal resulting in $2.7 million in our first year here next year. Future growth, you can see, is exponential. We are going to use the funds from this first deal, as well as a raise I'm about to explain, to really tell this story to a wider audience. We have a channel partner strategy that's very robust and growing. We want to develop our direct sales and get in front of both IT and HR leaders. Our target amount is $750,000 in a convertible note. Great terms. We made this super attractive, so we need these funds rather quickly. And that's going to be for a 2-year term and 8% and a 20% cap, or rather a 20% discount on the next priced round with only a $5 million cap, so very attractive. We have a team that's uniquely equipped to scale and to help us grow. We've had 2 successful exits. We've raised $10 million all together, and I just couldn't be more proud of what we've assembled and what we've been able to do just in the past 6 months. And we have an eye in the future. Our exit targets include many of our own channel partners who are taking an interest in us. With that, thank you very much, and I hope you'll come to understand why these other companies have come to love us, and hope that you might as well. If we get a follow-up meeting with you, we'll walk you through the demo and tell you what's going on. Thank you.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Ed. Really appreciate it. To introduce our next 4 presenters, and remember, we're going to do a poll after our next presenter for the investors, but to introduce our next 4 will be Mark Bass, who's with the law firm of Wilson Sonsini, a loyal supporter of CONNECTpreneur for almost the entire 9 years that we've been around. So Mark.
Great. Thanks very much, Tian. Hi, I'm Mark Bass. I'm a corporate partner in the DC office at Wilson. So Wilson Sonsini is a firm that started in the Valley in the 60s, got its start, and still to this day really focuses on representing tech and life sciences companies. We represent companies all the way from incorporation and startup through public offerings, M&A exits, venture financings, kind of the whole run of things. And certainly happy to speak with any of you if you have any needs. With that, I'd like to introduce our first company, Curbio. Curbio is disrupting the home sale market. They're bringing efficiency to fixing up homes. So I think we're all familiar with the fixer-upper trend from HDTV, and their technology makes the process a lot faster to dramatically increase the time to get a house ready to sell. With that, I'd like to introduce Rick Rudman, the CEO of Curbio.
Hey, thank you very much. Very excited to be here today to talk about Curbio and one of the largest opportunities in prop tech today. Most of you will immediately get this problem and opportunity, probably from personal experience. Move-in ready homes sell more quickly and for the best price. And 85% of homes today need some type of home improvement work before they go on the market, from simple repairs to whole home renovations. Here's the problem. Many homeowners either don't have the cash to put into homes they're selling, or they just don't want to spend the money and go through the uncertainties of cost overruns and missed deadlines that are associated with most home improvement. And even if they do agree to do it, the realtor's got a problem because they end up eating up most of their time as a project manager and not as a realtor. So Curbio was created specifically to solve this problem. It's the first technology-driven home improvement service that solves all of these problems: speed to market, simplicity for homeowner and realtor, and a pay at closing solution that requires no cash out of pocket. And this is now what allows every listing to become a success. How we do it, not as much time today to go into it, but how it's working, the results are very clear to the realtors and the homeowners. We've completed almost 1,000 projects. And what we're seeing is we're completing projects 65% faster than the average contractor. So again, if you're putting your home on the market, you don't have 3 months to get a whole home refresh done. We can do that in 4 weeks. Our homes are spending 50% fewer days on market, which is still important even in today's hot market. The homeowner and the realtor are seeing about 25% increases in list prices, in profit on the work that we do, and in commissions. So homeowners are actually making money on these projects. Realtors are saving a lot of time that they can now spend winning listings and doing other things. And also they're seeing a lot more referrals from happy sellers. Who are we working with? Pretty much everybody. If you're a realtor today, you're learning about us now. All the major brokerages are using us. And we're happy to work with any licensed realtor to basically be their pre-sale listing home improvement company. They provide 100% of our projects. We don't take leads from consumers. We take them directly from our realtors who already have a listing or trying to win a listing and want to use us to improve it. Strong unit economics. I come from the SaaS world. I'll talk a little bit more about my background, but I mean, we're seeing really good numbers in terms of customer acquisition cost and LTV to CAC. For those of you that may look at this as a two-sided marketplace, because we do use subcontractors that we bring in through our platform, although we are the licensed general contractor on site, we see gross market value of about 39 million. That's the lift that we're creating in home prices. And that's just for the last year. And then we take 25% of that as net revenue. Just some numbers to give everybody a perspective of how we're doing. The quarterly revenue growth, you can see there, the 4 green bars are forecast for 2021. We've gone from 0 to this year close to 20 million in just about 3 years. Also, unlike some of the larger companies that are out there that get up to hundreds of millions or billions in revenue and aren't making money, this year we dramatically improved our EBITDA loss. We're going to have a little bit more loss next year. And the following year, on about 100 million in revenue, we expect to be EBITDA profitable. and the same roughly for cash flow as well. The team, I think probably my claim to fame in the local area is I founded and ran a company called Vocus. I took it public, 1,500 employees around the world. We sold it for about $500 million in 2014. I've got a diverse background, and 3 of the 4 people I've brought with me were at Vocus, either in the most senior executive position or close to it. So we've kind of put the band back together, so to speak, because we think this market is going to be significantly bigger with a significantly bigger outcome. I'm not going to read through these, but there's a number of things that we've done that we feel provides a very significant barrier to entry for anybody else that may want to come into the market. There are people that are doing pieces of it, but we currently are seeing no direct competitor. And so here's what we've been doing. Here's what we're doing on the financing side. We're closing out a 20 million Series A1. It's fully committed, although we've carved out about 1.75 million that will be taken by an existing investor if nobody else steps up. We're looking for high value add prop tech VC or CEO. We have the CEOs of ADT, Hippo Insurance, Realtor.com. So we're looking for other high profile CEOs or really high value add prop tech people that might be interested in coming in for this last piece. You can see who our existing investors are in the round. These are some of the best out there in prop tech. So I have no idea what my time is, but I'm done.
Thank you so much, Rick, and congratulations on your growth. You didn't mention that you're looking for NBA players. I know you have some NBA players as investors too, some very well-known ones, but anyway, I'm launching the second poll now. So for those investors who are interested in learning more about or investing in Contact World, Cravity, or Curbio, please indicate as such. We'll keep the poll open for a little while. I still see some results coming in, so please continue to indicate. Okay, last call for investors, Contact World, Cravity, Curbio. Okay, I'm gonna bring back Mark Bass with Wilson Sonsini. Mark will then introduce our final 3 presenters today. Thank you, guys. Mark?
Thanks, Tian. So our next company is Cytospar. They are a health testing platform. They put together health testing kits for COVID, UTI, Lyme disease, lupus, and others. Their test kits have a 99% plus accuracy. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Russell Williams, the CEO, to tell us more about Cytospar.
Thank you for the introduction, Mark. I appreciate it. Good morning, CONNECTpreneur. I am Russell Williams, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Cytospar. We're here today to talk to you about our exciting cell-based testing platform. Are we going to accept the new normal? Not if we can help it. Our testing platform provides COVID-19 test results with 99% accuracy in under 5 minutes. We can be integral in safely reopening the schools, the workforce, travel, and the economy. How does it work? Well, simply speaking, we have re-engineered T cells, which attach to an antibody, and they track down viruses, and then it lights up like a Christmas tree. Cytospar's testing platform can detect a universe of targets with the same 99% plus accuracy in less than 5 minutes, including other bacteria, viruses, antibodies, parasites, and even biomarkers. We are also highly protected by 14 US patents and 44 foreign patents and a robust patent pipeline. Our testing platform is a disruptive technology breakthrough that outperforms PCR testing and all other platforms. As PCR testing attempts to keep up with today's demands for faster testing, accuracy has to be compromised for that speed. Cytospar delivers with speed and accuracy. Cytospar is market ready with a signed letter of intent in hand for test kits from a prominent force in the testing market, Helix Pathology. Our test kits are attractive to Helix and other testing labs for their speed and accuracy. Additionally, Cytospar test kits position high throughput labs to 5x their current testing capacity, allowing them to meet market demands. Our EBITDA is projected at over $24 million in the first year, which is driven by very low cost of goods and very high margins. We have established this breakthrough platform and the IP portfolio that backs it with $27 million in private funding. But the $5 million raise we're doing today is probably our most exciting to date, as it directly relates to commercial production and revenue. We will use it to build our cell and reagent production and with our bioreactor partners and build our test kits as well. Also, we will use these funds to complete our operational team. Our core executive team, with over 95 years of diverse experience, has been working on this project since its inception. In the time it has taken me to provide you with this exciting Cytospar information, we could have tested you for COVID-19 with 99% plus accuracy. And you could be entering your office, a restaurant, an airplane, or a stadium safely with your family and friends. We look forward to following up with you and having you be part of the solution. Thanks a lot.
Great. Thank you very much, Russell. Our next company is Hail. Hail is a ride-sharing platform. They're bringing efficiency to the industry. They started in Houston and are looking to roll out to a number of additional cities over the next 5 years. And so now I'll turn it over to Bruce Marcus, the CEO, to tell us more about Hail.
Hi, I'm Bruce Marcus, CEO of Hail, a soon-to-be new competitor in the ride-hailing industry. The company is Houston-based, and that's where we'll start our first operation in April, and we'll be taking it to scale nationally soon after. So why now? There won't be anyone requesting a ride who isn't thinking, do I trust this company? How safe is this car? As you know, Uber and Lyft have had serious problems through the years in both of these areas. Hail was already on the drawing board prior to COVID. Fortunately, we held up our raise and concentrated on what will set us apart from our competition. Service and safety were always going to be a part of our positioning. We all want to assume that behind what is obvious to consumers is seamless and safe. That has not been the case with Uber and Lyft, and it's not been the case in this industry, as there is little or no regulation, such as in the airline industry. What I'm trying to do here, obviously, forgive me, is my slides aren't going here. Maybe Mark or Jed, someone could help me here. Let's see. We're going to get this right. Hang on, guys. Just bear with me. Well, these just don't want to go, do they? 1 second.
Maybe Jet can share his screen. We have your
Yeah,
slides.
yeah, no, I can see what's going on here. And okay. Well, we're gonna,
There we go. It's advancing now.
it's advancing now. Good. Cool. Thank you. Thanks for bearing with me. Let's go here. What's the national opportunity? Consumer services have very similar market development. There are usually one or two early entrants. Think AT&T, United, or Greyhound. These early entrants with huge market shares are primarily focused on rapid growth. There are always second wave entrants that address specific consumer needs. And if they succeed, take a significant piece of the existing market while also attracting new customers. Think T-Mobile and JetBlue. Marketing advantages are key to service differentiation and getting users to download a new app and take that first ride. Brand building plus targeted digital and social media messaging will be aimed at new and existing demographics that crave a fresh new approach. The 50+ crowd have been completely ignored by Uber and Lyft, with less than 10% of current riders in that age group. What are their two concerns as expressed to AARP? Safety and complicated apps. Hail will have the most up-to-date safety protocols and will be actively promoting both laptop and cell phone communication. The second example is the existing group of over 10 million parents who have their credit cards on their college kids' ride-hailing accounts. What is their overwhelming concern? Safety. How is Hail going to achieve profitability? The two competitors never have been profitable, and by most industry accounts, never will. The answer is that Uber and Lyft have always managed themselves as tech companies. The inherent value of a national ride-hailing company is its brand and customers, not an app. Literally every decision made by these two companies has been driven by the quest for technology, starting with their wasted investment, in Uber's case, of billions of dollars in autonomous driving vehicles, a technology that, according to most experts, will not be a major part of the ride-hailing industry for years to come. The second reason for continual losses has been the growth at any cost mentality, buying your way into markets and then having to buy your way out. This has cost both companies hundreds of millions of dollars. Ride-hailing is basically a simple business that can be set up and run profitably. The team that is going to accomplish all of this is uniquely equipped to not only operate a successful transportation startup, but take the company to scale and position it financially for an early profitable exit or an eventual IPO. Altogether, the senior group has worked in over 15 startup or early stage ventures, recouping millions for early investors, founders, or corporate parents. By 2025, we expect to be in 125 cities with net revenue of almost 500 million and EBITDA of just over 250 million. We position ourselves as a highly credible and effective middle market player with approximately 8% of the national marketplace in 5 years. Hail's initial seed and Series A raise is up to 6 million in convertible preferred shares. The timing is perfect to take on the two seriously wounded national competitors. The world has slowed down, providing Hail time not only to execute its startup prep, but time its Houston market entry to a rebounding economy. Hail now gets to launch with the right message at the right time. Are we ready to take on the elephants in the room? Hell yeah.
Thanks very much, Bruce. The final company that we have today to present is Land Intelligence. Land Intelligence is a software development company that's focused on automating search and due diligence for the land development industry. Their technology dramatically reduces the time and cost for land development. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Gore Bolton, the CEO of Land Intelligence, to tell us more about the company.
Sorry about that. The share started just a little bit late, so sorry. So good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, where you are. Appreciate being able to join you today. I'm Gore Bolton, founder and CEO of Land Intelligence. We're raising capital for the digital transformation of the land development industry. I've personally invested $1.5 million of my own money and raised an additional $600,000 last year to advance 2 patents that we've been awarded in the space and are converting into software development. We're raising a current $500,000 round and have already closed on 100,000, and we have $400,000 waiting in matching funds available from the South Carolina Venture Fund. The land development process is a real pain in the neck. It's like juggling a house of cards on a spinning plate. Every year in the United States, we convert over 1 million acres of land into new uses, the places where we live, work, and play. That conversion generates trillions of bytes of data from asking and answering questions like zoning, market conditions, politics, and wetlands. Developers face a complex and time-intensive task of asking a lot of questions to a lot of people and wasting time, money, and risk capital. We eliminate that time that a developer has to run around town, talk to consultants, attorneys, agents, and government officials. We take 2 weeks of work and turn it into 1 click. We do this with proactive big data ingestion, preloading known growth areas, and crowdsourcing data. The process was developed and led to $500 million of raw land acquisition purchases in 2 years in 28 out of the 48 states. Our standard operating procedures and patents are now turning into code. By processing the data, we're able to transform how land is purchased. The old way is looking at maps and sifting through information. The new way is land ticker. We developed a stock ticker in real time for each piece of land to uncover the invisible assets that you don't see that drive value, and the invisible risks that most people don't even know exist. Our ratings give the land development and finance industry a benchmark for managing risk. We deliver a buy, hold, and sell rating based on the user's criteria. We strive to eradicate irrational exuberance from the real estate financial markets. We make money by serving the 5.5 million users in the real estate development, finance, design, and construction industry by connecting and transacting through our paywall over one common data point, the land. Approximately half of all land transactions never make it to a listing service. As an operating system for land development, users can search, investigate, connect, finance, and exchange deals. Land Suite is our SaaS platform where land developers get their deals done faster, cheaper, and with less risk. Our flagship product is a land fax. Think Carfax for land. It was our first trademark. The suite of digital products are tokenized for sale using variable pricing adjusted for demand and underlying value of the information. The data collected generates new data revenue. Competition is fierce. Our difference is that we're focused on the future analytics of the land with hard to get and hard to understand information that we have expertise in simplifying. We're about 2.5 years ahead of the permit statistics, so we create a predictive index of activity in any market. Our financial projections focus on the top 20 growth areas of the country. That's about 120 out of the 3,100 counties in the United States. With 25,000 users and an average ARR of $2,400, that creates a $60 million a year business. Our founding team has been here before and had failures and successes. We have a combined 4 exits with $50 million in capital raise and $1 billion in acquisitions and a combined tenure of 120 years. Most of us have $0 to $10 million in revenue growth in under 12 months and also have merger and acquisition experience in buying and integrating new teams. Accolades include CEO of the Year and Regional and National Best Places to Work awards for strong and vibrant entrepreneurial cultures and being on the Inc. 5000 multiple times. Key partnerships are in place from tech leaders like Esri, Autodesk, Oracle, and AWS. We see a healthy appetite for not only property tech, but also fintech. And with our integration of the two, we see numerous possibilities. We have formal agreements with Autodesk and Oracle, and they are 2 of our potential exit strategies. We're excited about land. We hope you're excited about it too. One of our current investors is the South Carolina Venture Fund. They have $400,000 available to us in matching funds, pending their board approval and the outcome of this raise. We ask that you join us in our current round. Please get in touch with us at landintelligence.net/invest. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gore. I'm going to launch the final poll for our investors. Boy, this last batch of 3 were, you guys are thinking big and I love it. So we have Cytospar, Hale, and Land Intelligence. So any investors interested in meeting with any of these three companies, please indicate as such, and I'll leave the poll up for a few minutes and then for a few seconds. And we also have a final poll for anyone who has not participated earlier on our lead generation poll for our sponsors. So I would like to re-poll again. So I still see results coming in. So please indicate which companies you'd like to get to know better. Okay, I'll leave it up for a few more seconds. Last call for investors. Anyone else? Okay. And then we will launch a final poll. So if you did not participate in the poll earlier at around 11:30 when we started, if you can participate in this poll, this is for our sponsors. They support our program financially. And if any of you are looking for services, please indicate. So we have legal services for startups, legal services for M&A and capital raising, investment banking services for M&A and capital raising, application development, software development services, accounting and tax services, wealth management, non-qualified deferred comp, insurance, health and life. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of CONNECTpreneur, please indicate. And if you're interested in presenting, we will reach back out to you with details on that. So I'll leave I still see results coming in. Thank you guys for participating. Our sponsors really appreciate it. We do as well. And I still see some results coming in. So we'll leave it up for a few seconds. After this poll, we will keep the line open till at least 1 o'clock. Please feel free to use private messaging to message directly with the presenters and with each other, and also use the chat box to put your information in. Please be respectful and not overpost. Before you leave the event, don't forget to download your chat history. So if you don't know how to do that, just click on chat. And in the lower right-hand corner of that, there's a tiny little square box with 3 dots in it. You want to click on that and then save your text file. And when you save your text file, you'll have it and you can review it later because there's a lot of action in it. So anyway, with that, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this morning. Thank you for participating. As mentioned earlier, our next event is November 24th. So please, registration is open on Eventbrite. And as you'll see on the slideshow carousel, which we're going to put up pretty soon, there'll be information on how to register. So I want to thank you guys for joining us today. Be safe out there. Have a great day and stay in touch. Thank you again for your support. Take care.
you.